Hey, I'm Kev and welcome to MotoGP 20 as we're just going through the easy parts at the beginning as probably choose hard and we're creating a rider. It looks a bit like Neymar, is that right? So we're just going to be ourselves, I think. Or we could continue the story of Kev Stone, maybe. So what would the abbreviation be? It'd be STO, wouldn't it? Capital STO. Be male. Let's see if we've got more faces this time then. As we have got... Oh my god, we're in double figures. Damn, that is quite a lot, actually. Which one should we be? It'll be that one, I guess. Actually, that one. There we go. Age. Can we be like 99 or something? Oh, we can. We can be 99. That's what we like to see. What's the youngest we can be? It was 16, I think, on the last game. So let's see. And it's 16 again. So we'll be 20, which is totally my real age. Come on. Let it be Philippines. No! God damn it. I can be from the world, though. That is always good. It looks like we've got the usual number of countries. So African Union as well. Should we be from... Where were we from last time? We were from Andorra, weren't we? What some different countries got in here? It could be from... Could be from Cameroon. Actually, should it be from Canada? I don't think we've had many Canadian riders in MotoGP. So look at the snazzy new menus. It's a bit like last year's, but just a bit snazzier. Go over the new font and everything. As got downloadable content already. I don't know why. This is DLC. You get 4 bikes. So let's check out the options. It'll probably be the same. International or US. Unfortunately, I'm US. I don't go on like kilometers. Something position indicator, time in that, race information, rev counter, default, extended or compact. Or off. Should we go with compact? Don't want riders' names. So in this one we've got the same as before. Window mode off. Turn off V-Sync. Resolution 100%. Get rid of bloom. Why is that on ultra? Get rid of motion blur. Don't need that as well. Lens flare. Get the hell out of here. Oh god. And that's image. And then replay music, turn it off. Menu music, unfortunately, it's got to be turned down to like half. Everything else can be the same. Voiceover goes to 10. Menu effects, we turn that down slightly. Yeah, everything else can be the same. It's a shame, again, we don't have... For engines, we just have engine volume for all bikes, not just your bike and then the opponent's bikes. That would have been kind of a nice touch, but... You can see they're just carrying over. And then configuration, do I need to change anything? Do we have tuck-in? That's a big question as well. No, they still don't have tuck-in added back. Okay, they're leaving that for the next game, of course. So gear down, gear up. What's Y then? Scroll through the tack pages. Okay. So rear brake, clutch. Everything else you would want. And then we can look through the terms and conditions. Oh no, you actually have to go to the website to do that. Okay. We can look for the credits as well. Yeah, that's good enough. So, in this first video, we were nicking around MotoGP 20. So, you've got new career. We'll leave that for the time being. We've got customization. Now, there's added customization because, as you can see, you can do it to the bike, your team, the helmet, numbers, stickers, everything now. Can be basically customized. Carried over from Ride 3, isn't it? Like they introduced all the customization. Historic mode as well is a bit different from what I understand, so a bit more expanded. So we're going to actually try out all the bikes that you can get in the game. So if you scroll through, you've got the 500cc's, you've got the 4-strokes, Moto3, Moto2, MotoGP as last time. I believe we've got some different Moto2, some different bikes though. So unfortunately we only got... I know, these are exactly the same actually. 2-strokes. So what about 4-strokes? So the only new bikes might be the ones that come as DLC, which it looks like it is. So yeah, unfortunately we're going to have to go through all of the historic stuff to unlock some Rise official teams as well. So get that info too. My guy looks incredibly happy at this. No Moto E. They don't have Moto E in. Where is that gone? Anyway, we'll try races with each bike in this episode. Try out, see how the handy model is. See the tyres, fuel. See all the information we get. So we'll start off with the 2-strokes. This could be hilarious. As it can be Krasinski, Doohan, or Doohan with even better hair. Actually, no, that's pretty good hair, actually, in that first one. So, new thing is the fuel consumption and the tyres. So, fuel consumption, we've got 7 laps here. We can lower it. We can have just 3 laps. I'm not sure that will work, unfortunately, but we'll try like 6.5. We might have to do some slight engine saving. Then the tyres. So, we've got a 3-part tyre structure now. So, you can see lots of info below. It's the soft compound. Choice of compound is fundamental. If asphalt temperature higher than 111, it's advised to mount the hardest tyre compound. Temperature between 91 and 111. Medium's best. Below 91, best to have soft conditions. Rain conditions, it's preferable to use a soft tyre. And on a wet track, it's advised to use a medium compound in order to complete the race without running into excessive tyre consumption. So we'll be on soft tyres for both of these conditions, but it's very nice to see what that info added. And then we look at the setup, see if that's different at all then. So we now have the addition of the fuel gauge, ECU, so we turn that off normally. Always 1. Optimizes fuel and tyres constant to the detriment of power. Well, they didn't have that back in the day, so we turn that off. Front brake is a bit different from what I remember. It's a powerful front brake. We just got new, we've got it in inches now. And it's like, so keep that as is. Gear ratio, we turn that down. That reduces, that leads to greater top speed, that leads to greater acceleration. We turn that down a couple of notches. Steering adjustment, so same as before. Suspension, again, same as before. I do love how colourful the menu is, though. Just with the colours. As I can't remember what my settings was. I have to go back and check it out. So if we go to the first menu, riding aids is now Y instead of tyres. And X is options. Okay. That was a bit annoying in the previous menu, previous game, where everything was just set to Y for some reason. But we got the hashtag. We got Doohan starting in 12th. Let's get going. Once again, just feels like I've got... Oh, God. I'm feeling it from the tyres. Down into the gravel. No. Okay, I've just gone into photo mode. Thought I'd check it out. This is not bottom left. Everything... What the hell? Bottom right. Okay. Hide yourself, adversary. I like that. Adversaries. It might be the Italian translation. But yeah, it looks like we've got every action shot. Overhead, dolly shot. What is this? Okay. And then, yeah, all the options as you would expect. But there you go. There's the thumbnail of me crashing. And it's like, let's try and go back. Bit of delay on the controls there. Don't seem like you can zoom out a lot as well, unfortunately. So there you go. Look at that, Mick doing front and centre, crashing into the gravel. Okay, so we've got everything as we want, apart from it being kilometres per hour. Looks like I got a wheel spin for days. So I've got to change gearing, goddammit. Let's go for the first corner. I have turned difficulty down to 75%, as you can see, just a 3-lap race. I'll show you the unedited races, basically. So that's a massive wheelie. Massive wheelie again. Well, you can definitely have that same feeling of feeling the bike in the middle of the corner. Again, don't want to put it down to first on a 500cc bike because of that. This feels like iRacing's new tyre parameters riding this bike. It's McCoy down. Where it feels like the bike is not spongy, but sloshing with just tyre feedback. But not much feedback on the brakes, unfortunately, as McWilliams leading. Without seeing that. One thing I find important is to not saving my sense. I've got the kilometres per hour on the side. As the international. When it should be miles per hour, but it's all good. But I did not like that. I say we're catching up to some riders. I know that time's going to be dreadful, especially on these older bikes, which I've not ridden for ages. But maybe we can have a battle of the improved Anna system, apparently. Danny react to you in real time, learn all your moves, and then take you out in the middle of your night in your sleep. I've heard, but they were rumours. Don't just sleep with one eye open. That's all I'm saying. For this new system, as we're catching up to them. Seems like wheeling is still an issue, unfortunately. Got holding on to the bike though. Probably should be at the right speed. Do like the new graphics as well. Oh god. Bit wide. Having to use lots of rear brake there to get the bike stopped. So maybe you can use rear brake. Let me try it on this final lap. Okay, yeah, we have to use rear brake it seems like now. Get these bikes really stopped. Yeah, I have to definitely use rear brake. Okay, that's a bit of a change. Let's come on, half of that to go. Looking down the inside Biaggi. Bike feels much more planted on these 500cc bikes. I'm not sure it's just the new tyre model, but again, something that really feels like iRacing. When they added a new tyre model to every vehicle, felt much more planted. As oh my god, we made a pass. Get out of here, Biaggi. Get disappointed. Oh, driving around the outside. Oh no! Hang on, now we see the new... What? So we only see the updated HUD when we crash? Even though I updated it in the setting menu in general.
As the stars of this exciting race finish their final lap, let's take advantage of these moments to take a look at the final rankings.
Have a nickel look at the replays. As look at everyone rearing at the front. We're just cruising at the rear. See if there's any difference with the camera angles and such. No different with the commentators. Seems like Keith Hewins is just saying the same things as last year, from what we can tell. It's like camera angles mitt full far out as well. So more like trackside camera in that section. A bit closer, not that much different though, as you can see the bike definitely seems to have a wheelie issue. Seems to have carried over from 19. Look at that, every corner, wheeling. Might not be an issue on, say, the modern bikes maybe, with electronics, but definitely on these older bikes. Again, it might, just because I'm using no electronics as well, it might not actually need to be on one now. That's a very weird camera angle. So there goes McCoy. So he whams to McCoy in the background. He gets reset to the side. Okay. Is there wheeling everywhere? Well, he does need to be on one then. We'll try it out for the 4-stroke MotoGP bikes then. Let's have a go on them. So our choice for the 4-stroke bikes is Rossi or Rossi with a cap. Oh no, the different way round. So we'll probably be 2003 Rossi, especially with that livery. My god. And then again, we'll be around Valencia. These are the settings. These are the riding options. And if I go back, I'll show it to you. The HUD. It is meant to be default. It is meant to be US measurement. We'll see if it actually works. So, no, we still got the compact settings and we still got the international units. We might just have to restart the game to get that to work, maybe. It seems like you need to start races in second as well. Oh my god. It's got that thing where you hit a curb and it just makes the bike go sideways. That is something from the, again, iRace and the F1 games. And Automobilista, I remember that having an issue with curves. So there you Carter. Oh, hang on. Gave him a little nudge. He actually reacted like we expect him to. Should we give other riders nudges? See what happens. We just wiped out half the field. For science. Oh shit, they're wheeling all over the place as well. Slipstream is quite strong as well. I will really catch him in the second half of a straight there. There's a note, we're wrestling with the beast. I know, we got a quarter-second penalty. Oh, do we go all the way down to first? No, first is useless with these gear settings, just default gear settings. We have not changed anything. We will not change anything for these races. As we've got Stoner battling with Carter. Oh, that would have been a sight. As all we're getting nudged. I'm not sure actually. It might have been just a tyre slide in the final corner because it does go away from me, that final corner. Ricardo leading! It'll burn! Biaggi, Simoncelli, Hayden. Oh god. I'm not sure it's just because they're bad at the brakes. There's all light damage. So we got into the Honda in front. I think it's the Honda. Yeah, the Carter. We got Pedrosa behind. Yeah, bikes wheeling all over the place. Just looking at engine breaker, power's on 1. Oh, what? He's gone up to half a second now. What else have we got? Yeah, everything's on 1. Oh, he knew. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I like that. He knew it back at us disappointedly. Okay, it looks like we're just crashing this race. Well, that's pretty cool. I remember they gave hand gestures for it. I didn't know they looked at you like a disapproving father. But, okay, that's hilarious. I just realised my camera's covering up the time stuff. I might have to put it bottom left then, actually, the camera, so you can actually see the stuff behind. As Lorenzo leads. Just rolling things. So what have we got on 4? We've got engine brake on 4. Why would we put everything on 1? Oh god, engine brake is much worse. We haven't been using the rear brake as well. We'll use it on this final lap, see if that improves stuff. Oh my god, engine braking, yeah. Definitely got to use the rear brake. Just like with the 500cc bikes. Yeah, bikes feel weird with this tyre model. Definitely be smooth on the power. Braking is not feeling at all. Green is a thing. Turn the anti-wheelie up. See if that improves anything. No. Green is still a big problem then. Okay, so a different braking for this corner might be to use the rear brake in the middle. As you saw, we used it to get the bike around. Okay. Oh, God. Yeah, I've got no braking feel, unfortunately. So it's exactly the same state as it was when the game was released last year as well, with the lack of braking feel. Which is, again, disappointing, Milestone. And worrying. If they patch it like last year, it get better, and then it go off a cliff again. So we'll see what they do. As we don't need to be looking at these results, we know we just. Okay, we were last by 21.7 seconds. Fast as that wasn't really there, but as you saw, we were testing the crashing. That's what we were doing. Let's just go to the Moto3 bike, shall we? As I haven't really had a look at the Moto3 field for this year. So who shall we be? So we've got lots of old favourites and veterans. But a few new riders as well. A few riders we recognise from the Red Bull Rookies Cup. Which again, we can't ride as, it seems like in Grand Prix mode. Doesn't seem to be an option. Weirdly. So we might be... Oh, it could be Tatai. Not sure who to be, actually. Because there's no Canet. He's gone up to Moto2. So is Della Portia. We could be Antonelli. Look at that, the old veteran team here, Antonelli and Suzuki. And McPhee as well, a veteran. And then we've got Fanati as well, I believe. Yeah, with Max Racing. Oh, shall we go back to Max Racing? Alonso Lopez. We could also be a customised team, I just realised. So yeah, once you get that going, we can be on that bike. But yeah, we'll stick with the official times for the time being. Even if I select official team, I can just be a random rider on the official team. Okay. That's alright. And then, again, same settings as you can see. So let's look at the grid then. I forgot to do this for previous, but you can see variety in tyres being used. We've got Bolters on pole. Let's look through that. Oh, we had Mino in there. Powley's back in Moto3 as well. I forgot about that. Have to be in the Moto2. You've got Cooney up here as well. Super Garcia. Quite a few Red Bull Rookies Cup riders here. As yeah, we're in last with a 30-second ride on the grid. So we are in the left-hand side now. So hopefully you'll see all of the settings as you get underway. And might have got rid of the overpowered clutch starts, it seems like. That's towards the first. Oh my god, this bike turns in. Gearing is not in a good place, is it? Oh, we're getting all the way down to first. Okay. Traction control is digging in way too much for me. Oh my god, we can... It is so spongy, the field. Like you can see it as well. I might just have to get rid of traction control. Oh my god, hello everyone. Yeah, we're leaning on, feels like we're leaning on the sidewalls. Which it feels like in the, particularly in like the F3 car in iRacing. Which leads to that spongy feel as, oh hello. I don't mind going side as long as I can accelerate out the corners. As, oh my god. You never guessed we'd rode a Moto3 bike last time in MotoGP 19 around it. As we're actually making progress through the field. Put down the inside. So behind... Is that behind the wee McFay? It's massive lead ahead of 4 gears to 2. Cantonelli, Salak, Finati, Nina, I don't know why I said Salak like that. Arenas, Agura, and that's one of the new riders as well, number 6, isn't it? New Japanese riders. As we've got Onshu, I believe that's Dennis though. Trim brother, or Can. He's stepping up to Moto3. There's all light damage. I'm getting hit. So getting past our Bologna. So yeah, no wheel at all. Really very prevalent for the older bikes though. I guess it's expected. So you might need heavy electronics for the older bikes actually, and then no electronics for the more modern bikes, or much less. Which is kind of opposite. Or they just solved the Wii problem with the electronics, which is more likely from Milestone. They just made the electronics slightly stronger. Oh, there's more information on the dash as well, I just realised. You can actually see your lap time there. And it looks like the gap as well. Lap times. It's not very clear. Got a speeding gear in as well. So there you go, half a second back, we're overtaken. I have no idea of my position though. As it's only showing the top 10 in the field. So if you're outside the top 10 you don't matter. Apparently. Well, yeah, it definitely feels at home, this kind of handy model on this bike. So we're battling for 14th with the Yeti. Let's punt some riders, see what happens. Do they dive us back? Massive dive bomb. It's probably not long enough these races for them to actually learn what we're doing, but... Oh, we've got this stray Glitzer rider, the new one. Punt him out the way. Punt us back, mate. Come on. This is war. Alright. So we are literally punting everyone. Not really fighting back at the moment. As they went to the top 10. Massive dive bomb. Not quite working out on Arenas. We've got to pass the Gura. Let me know if you prefer this camera position as well. Having it down here. In the wrong gear, that's good. There are definitely positive things for the handy model on this bike though. It definitely feels much better. There we go, that time wise we're decent. As... God, I love how colourful things are. That's all I can say. So 30 seconds to 9th. That's not bad. let's talk about the Moto2 bikes then. So yeah, definitely much improved handling model on the Moto3 bikes, it feels like. So here we go then. We'll just choose a team, I guess, for Moto2. So let's check out the riders though. So it's a bit of a smaller field as we've got... Is that just 24 riders? No, 30 riders. I was about to say. But I'm actually kind of learning things. Even though I watched the Moto2 and Moto3 races from Guitar, I don't know if we've got... we've got Nakashima alongside Martin. Got Hector Garzo as well. That's why he's not in Moto2. He's back in Moto2. Those alongside Fernandez is probably one of the biggest surprise moves. Dixon with a decent bike alongside Vergate. As they've got long name alongside Gardner. And then we got, was it Berger alongside Pons as he's out of the VR46 Academy. Got Corsi back alongside Manzi as he replaces Agata on the MV Augusta. Should we actually try out that bike? We've got Ramirez alongside Roberts. As you can see, it's mostly Cactuses. Got some speed up. It's got the NTS as well of Raffin back in Moto2 alongside Bent Snyder. And then we've got Honda Team Asia as well, Calax. So yeah, everything up 80%. Then 100% for the VR46 bike, 100% for Mark VDS, then 80, no 90%. Oh no, 90% for IO, Red Bull IO. Remember, not on KTM anymore, they're on Calax because KTM concentrate on MotoGP and Moto3. And they got the new farm system with the European Northern Cup as well for Moto3. So, shall we try out... Shall we be Corsi? Because we're going to be ramming people, probably. So, we are a bit close on the dash. So, maybe it's just different for different bike. I know, maybe they do have the clutch starts. Bye, everyone. Nice knowing you back row. There's Navarro down in front. Oh, someone down on the inside went down. Oh, my God. He might actually have different, might have similar weights then. All the riders around. It's all a bit wide. Now lack of braking feel might hurt us on these more powerful bikes. We'll see. As we're up to 20th. That Corsi power, mate. It's got Dixon in front. Get out of here. No one can stop Corsi going to the front. Apart from Corsi, of course. Still got a number of riders behind us we could do battle with. Do you like the dash? Who's Moto2 bike? So we've got Bezecchi behind us. Should we try and get in a battle with Bezecchi then this race? It's all getting on the power very sideways. To be so cautious getting on the power. There we go, much better. As we've got Pons behind. Come on, Bezecchi, let's go at it. Like it's ancient Rome. Or not, I don't want lines involved, actually. There you go. Okay, I've punted you, Bezecchi. Come at us. It's got leading ahead of Baltas. Not Baltas. Baldassare, I'm thinking of Moto3, aren't I? Do you like the sounds? Well, nice, I've never been the best with sounds. I've been alright. Seems like they continue the alright sounds. There's, oh my god. Slightly off track. I've got Navarro. Is that Roberts or Navarro? Again, I'm not sure where I am. Oh, damage moderate now. Okay, let's see what happens then. Do we lose a bit on the straights? As Bezecchi has not punted us back to ancient times yet. Oh yeah, get on the power of these slow corners. Definitely going to be an issue. Again, I'm not sure I've got traction control kicking in. Because it seems like the tyre slips as it did in MotoGP 19, but unlike that, regains itself quite quickly. So it very much is like a Moto3 or F3 car in iRacing. There's what I can do with anti-wheelie. Doesn't look like it. Don't mind me. Oh, get it all the way down to first. No, definitely don't want to accelerate in first. As we've got Martin behind us. Didn't really ride the Moto2 bikes in 19, so I don't have a good reference point for how they feel compared to 19, but give it a little nudge. Only moderate damage for that? Well, I'll give you hard damage. No, I won't. Okay, maybe you need to leave a bit more of the throttle in. And braking. Seems like they fixed the issue in this section. I remember our opponents were a bit kind in this section previously. In 19, seemed to be less kind in 20. But again, we're just feeding the bike as well. Might be because of that. So Lucy wins. Oh my god. Know what, we're going to pit lane. No, we're not. There's Reeve all over the place. Not last. So yeah, the handed for the Moto2 bikes. Definitely a bit harder getting on the power than the Moto3. The aqua braking field did slightly cost us, I felt like. As our fastest lap then. So we were quickest in the Moto3s. So 36.5. We were what, a second off? Yeah, 1.4 off. But again, we don't have the best bike as well. But then we didn't have the best bike for Moto3 as well. So that only leaves us one category to go at and check out. And that is MotoGP. And I said we didn't have the best bike in Moto3. It was actually 100% performance on that bike. So again, we have got all the teams and riders. So welcome Ika to MotoGP. We welcome Brad Binder as well. Where are you, Brad? You're somewhere around there. There you are. And then we've got Zarko at Avintia now. And then I think that is actually all the changes. It's actually pretty stable. I mean, we've got Iannone here, but we don't know. For Aprilia, it might be Bradley Smith when racing gets going. Oh yeah, Alex Marquez alongside Mark. That's pretty big news as well. With Lorenzo retiring, in quotation marks. So, of course, I'm going to be on the Ducati. I'm not a big fan of the paint scheme, though. I like the brighter red. And I liked having a bit more white on the bike than having quite a bit of black. Looks more stylish, I guess. Conventional, but again, I'm not the biggest fan of it. In fact, all the colours look a bit dull there. It might just be the menu, maybe. Yeah, we're going to be Dovey, because... Sure. Oh my god, look at the rocket. We've got a whole shot device. Oh my god. Okay, we're not going to start like that. We took out our teammate as well, Pizzucci. So yeah, and then kick in a whole shot device. Thank you. So I might need to brake a bit earlier. So alongside Alex Marquez, I think. Oh, very laggy accelerating. I'm not sure if that's because of electronics or... so going down the inside of people. Inside of Zarko. Now I didn't have... Oh god, light damage. Thanks, Zarko. So we're down to last. Now I didn't have much experience of the MotoGP bikes. Just get out of it. For that. In MotoGP 19, it's mostly just Moto3 bikes I had lots of experience in, and the historic bikes. Of course. So why is Ika's name in all capitals? Everyone else is in... It's not. So we're just playing bumper cars at the moment. There's Iannone down behind us. Look at it when the graphic comes. Like, oh, you're on Binder. What? Why is the names all random on the left-hand side? Look at the 3 namers when the timing screen comes up. Why is he looking behind us? Why is he showing off? So yeah, it's all right on the top, but look down below to the gap thing. You get past the... Oh my god, braking's a bit of a nightmare. But bike's definitely much more planted. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to use the rear brake as well. You're not helping. Okay, you actually have to use first gear. Yeah, look at it. Look on the left. Oliviero's normal, we're normal. Ika's like, screw it, all caps. He's shouting at everyone. Who's this rookie? Oh yeah, we brake on the rear basically. Seems I have to use first gear, which is not realistic at all. Because I always do it in second if you look at onboards. Or mostly second. Especially if you're on a Ducati with all that horsepower underneath you. You would not want to be using first. So that's a bit wide, hitting the curb. Let's get it. See, Zarco and Pole is normal. Let's get ahead of the KTM. Once again, you have to go all the way down to first. You can't short shift up though. You need a bit of time for the rest to kick in, which may be a bit more realistic actually, listening on boards. Because you do have the electronics doing their thing. Yeah, right on the green stuff does nothing. So you've got Olivia in front. Yeah, Olivia and Pole are normal. But you got the capitals P in this Spargo because you got Pole and Alexis, of course. Alexis? Oh, Alex. On the grid. So we've been taking names in these races, but no one's been taking our name, it seems like. So it might just be longer distance where it maybe kicks in, or over a season where they might race you a bit more aggressively, like the NASCAR games. If you screw someone over, they try and screw you over, or they're likely to work with you in like the draft, for like super speedway. Yeah, you've got to go all the way down to first. This is weird. And at least with this gearing, you've got to wait for the bike to really kick in and accelerate. Oh, these electronic settings. So you might want to turn all those settings down maybe if you want a good acceleration. So Marcus at the top ahead of Crutcher and Rins. That might actually be realistic. As what was all that time? 31.4. So we're only like 4/10 off, surprisingly. I know on the low difficulty has Ian only didn't even finish as well. We got retirements. About damn time, maybe. So yeah, that's our look at MotoGP 20 with all the different bikes, talking about the handling. The handling for the MotoGP bikes, a bit easier than the Moto2 bikes, which is a bit weird saying. But then we got all the electronics turned. We didn't really mess around with electronics. And we still got the start with the clutch, and if you time it properly, the bike gets away. And felt best with the Moto3 bikes, of course, because I played mostly with the Moto3 bikes in MotoGP 19. But the handling definitely improved on the modern bikes. On the classic bikes, it definitely feels like you need more electronics, or just need standard electronics to use, which is a bit weird. And the handling with the MotoGP bikes is a bit weird in that you got to go down to first gear firstly. And the Moto3 bikes actually felt like they turned the most. For me, MotoGP was next, then Moto2, and then you got, of course, the classic bikes with the classic 4 strokes and then the 2 strokes. So, yeah, handling's definitely improved, though. It's just the lack of braking feel really concerns me. Like, it definitely hurt me on the faster bikes. For Moto3, I can maybe ride round it. But yeah, maybe on the more modern bikes, I definitely need that feel because you've got, you know, more horsepower to deal with, especially on acceleration. Definitely feel the bike accelerating. Seems like with the slipstream, you're catching them a bit later down the straights. Like, you really feel the toe force, so that feels like it's a bit better. Where it's just a lot automatic, like halfway down the straight, you're just flying past people. So yeah, overall, first impressions, handling is better. If you play iRacing, you'll definitely recognise the handling, from what I can tell. And we'll have to check out with the tyres, with the fuel in career, which we'll check out next time. And historic mode, we'll check out with the classic bikes and mess with the settings and see what handles best and is better. But hope you enjoyed our riding with the new bikes. Our messy riding as well, I apologise. I'll get it better as I get my head around the handling mod. I'm always poor at the beginning of games, and then after 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 50 races, then I might get better. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.